Hey guys, welcome back to Amanda's Favorites, where I have new videos every Tuesday, and I also give an extra monthly video or Zoom call to my patrons. If you're interested in finding out about that and supporting me over there, that link is down in the description. I am very excited for today's video because it's one of a personal nature, and it is my 2022 planner stack. First, we're going to go really quickly into what I was in 2021 because a lot of it is staying the same, but there are some new and different things. I keep you guys updated throughout the year on how I'm doing on my personal planning every quarter in a quarterly planning update video. And I keep those in their own playlist divided out by year so that you can easily find that. That is one of the questions I get asked the most often when new people come here, because I do a lot of planner reviews for you. And then they want to know about my own personal planning and what does it look like. And I do share a lot of that on Instagram also, if you want to join me over there. And I understand if you're not on Instagram, but that is where I check in daily and where you just get to know me a little bit better on the personal level. So let's jump in here. I'm going to clear a little bit of this off. My planner stack is not just what I'm planning in, but it is also my journaling. So we're going to talk about what worked this year, what didn't work, what I want to abandon, and what I'm going to keep going with. So we will start with probably the simplest thing to start with, and that is with my ERIN CONDREN, because I do plan on staying in my ERIN CONDREN. I am in an academic year, so I don't have to make a change at this point in the year. While I'm talking here, I will just do a quick flip through. If you're new here and you haven't seen my planning, I'm a very functional planner. I do go through this in my quarterly planning updates, how I plan. And I also have a 3 views video there in my quarterly planning update with the 3 views that I like to see out on my desk all the time, monthly, my daily notebook, and my weekly planner. So if you're interested in that, I will link that video down below. And also, if you're interested in seeing specifically how I plan, check out some of my prior quarterly planning updates. Those will help you out there. This section of my ERIN CONDREN I use for not big, but bills that only come 1 to 3 times a year. So they're not, bills that you have every single month. And all of them are on auto pay, I believe. It just helps me to see when they're coming through and when they're due. I also put big doctor appointments on here for us, as in when I have to see my dermatologist because I've had skin cancer. So twice a year skin checks, our eye appointments, our dental appointments, mammograms, all that type of stuff goes on here. And that's just so I can remember when I went the last time. So I don't have to call the doctor or try to scroll through my iCal to find that out. I will say right here, I do keep all of my appointments in my iCal. And when I make appointments, when I'm out, I keep those there. And so it's easy for me to just do that while I'm out. This is something I just wrote at the beginning of starting this planner, the average temperatures for every month here in Texas, just because I was interested. Let me just tell you, we're already having a way hotter than average December, because it says our average is 58 and the low is 36. That is not the case this month. We have been pretty much in the 70s and 80s every single day. You guys, I've not been happy about that, but we won't even talk about it. I don't use my monthly in here except for if I want it just for memory keeping or to have appointments. So I think at the beginning of this planner, I was writing on the monthly, and then I stopped because I realized I really don't need it there for any type of memory planning or to look back on things, because I have it in my Shelly monthly, and we will talk about this baby next. We'll do that one next. My dashboard page, sometimes I utilize for the month of my ERIN CONDREN and sometimes I don't. I never feel like I'm wasting anything if I leave a page blank. It just means I don't need that page. There's no reason why I need to go fill in a page with something if I don't need it. My planners are here to serve me. I am really a functional planner, and I don't feel the need at all to fill anything out just for the sake of having something filled out. Honestly, I wouldn't even keep these planners if I wasn't running my channel. So these ERIN CONDRENs where I don't have any memory keeping or pictures, it is strictly functional planning. And yes, it's kind of pretty because I throw the stickers in there, but I only keep them now because I do this channel. I did not keep any of my planners up until the time when I started this channel. And then my favorite month to decorate is October. I do have a video showing how I sticker my entire ERIN CONDREN planner for the year at once, and how and why I do that. I mainly use their monthly collection sticker book from ERIN CONDREN. That's where all these are from. And if you see any of the bigger stickers, which might be, I think I only used one in February for Valentine's. But all the rest of these are from either this year's edition monthly sticker book or last year's or the year before that, because I always buy a couple of those and keep them on hand. I just like having my entire planner stickered already at once, so I know where I can write, because I plan as things happen. I go ahead and I write things ahead as things happen. And I do not wait. I don't sit there and plan out, like put a whole bunch of sticky notes and plan a week. As I already know appointments, you'll see this going all the way into January. I have already written things down and planned what is coming up. And there are things stuck in February. And so I like to know where I can write. And also, I just won't sit down once a week and pull out these stickers and do it every single week. But if I do it all at once, like boom, it probably takes an hour max, maybe a little more if I'm watching a show while I'm doing it. And it is done in one full swoop. And then I get to enjoy it all year. And I don't even remember what every month looks like usually. So when I turn to a page, it's like a surprise for me. It's like a little gift to me, from me. Yeah, so I only used like one of the big ERIN CONDREN sticker sheets maybe in February. I love Valentine's Day in February. It's usually cold here. We get our coldest weather in January and February. So I actually really like those months. I am in North Texas, for those who don't know. And so you'll see I'm all stickered up through the end of this planner. But if you want to see it all and know more about it, I will link that video. This is my academic planner. It goes through the end of June, started at the beginning of July 2021. And I do plan to stay in here. This gives me a view of my week, and just the 3 boxes work really well for me. The colors make me happy. The design and fonts make me happy. So it gives me a little jolt of joy every time I look at it. And then I put all my appointments or big things in the top box so that I can look at that easily each day and see what's going on. And then I put usually like my channel work, something that I have to get done, filming or editing, in this box. And then just extra to-dos go here. But I do keep a daily notebook. We'll just go ahead and talk about that right now. I keep a notebook. This is like my 3rd one to be in this past year. This is a Becky Higgins notebook. I just like the light gray lines. I like the feel of the paper and the rounded corners and everything, the size for a daily notebook. It fits right beside my computer. And I have flipped through these before on Instagram as I have finished them. I love to mark things out with big black lines. These are just my daily lists. I am in love with using a notebook for my daily lists. I've used it off and on throughout my life, but in this past year, I fell in love with it and have not used a daily planner at all because it's completely customizable. I can do whatever I want with the page. I can start a new page if my page gets too messy or too full for the day. I'm not held back by anything. And I don't need a big time blocking schedule right now at this point. I don't need that. It doesn't serve me. So this notebook, I love it. Like I said, this is my 3rd one for the year. This one has a temple on it. She does do some of her cover designs specific to my church, but a lot of her cover designs are just nature and other things too. So they are not always like a temple specific to my church. This is actually artwork from someone else that she put on this cover. But her covers are limited edition. She only does like one print run, and when they're out, then she does like a new cover print run. So there's only a few covers on her site at once, which is kind of a bummer in my opinion, because then you can't always find a cover you like. But I rarely look at the cover because my notebook is always like this on my desk by my computer. And I just love that it's so portable. I can carry it around the house. I really don't carry it with me on the go. I will just take notes in my phone in like Google Keep in a list if I need to remember something and come home and write it down somewhere. I've also used Trello before, and recently I have gone back into playing around with Trello, but I don't think it's going to become a permanent part of my planning system this year. If it does, I will share it in a quarterly planning update video with you. But I do have a past Trello video when I used it a lot for my weekly planning, and I shared that in a past video, and I will link that down in the description here for you. But right now, it doesn't seem like I'm going to make that like a permanent fixture. We will see. Even though most of my planners are staying the same, some are changing. I will show you like my new Golden Coil weekly list planner. And I'm not sure how that's all going to work in my system. Like, we will just have to see. So this is what I use for a daily planner. I do consider myself a daily planner person because I have a list every single day, a fresh new list that I am making off my weekly, or off like my phone notes. And so I need a list every single day. So that is my weekly planner and my daily planner. JM Planning Essentials also makes notebooks this exact size, but she makes them with 100-pound Mohawk paper. It is amazing, you guys. They are so thick. I personally just don't need that for my daily notebook. And I'm not sure why, but maybe I even prefer a thinner page for my daily notebook. I'm not sure why. It just lends itself to like marking and scribbling, and I don't know. I'm not sure. I also like the really light gray lines in here. The JM Planning Essentials, even though she has lightened her lines because she really listens to her customer base, and I love Joanne, they're not quite as light as these lines. So, and right now I have bought a stock of these Becky Higgins notebooks because if you buy up to $35 worth, then you get free shipping. So whenever she's put out a cover that I like, I just buy $35 worth and get free shipping. I do not have an affiliate link or a discount code with Becky Higgins. I do have an affiliate link with ERIN CONDREN. If you want to help me out, anytime you are shopping with ERIN CONDREN throughout the year, if my videos and my content have helped you, you can help me stay in business by shopping through my affiliate link. That means that I get a small percentage of your sale, and it also shows ERIN CONDREN how many people I bring to them. You go to the website through my affiliate link down here in the description. You can even bookmark it on your computer so that you are always using my affiliate link, and you will not notice anything different about the website. You will go to the webpage and think, well, this looks the same, but it registers that it is under me, and that is how I get credit. And so it is so helpful when you use any of my affiliate links to shop. They are all labeled affiliate links down there in my description for all the different companies. And you still get to sign into your account and get your points and all that with ERIN CONDREN. It doesn't change any of that. I also have a $10 off ERIN CONDREN code. If it is your first ERIN CONDREN purchase, you sign up through the $10 off link down there, and then they will email you a $10 off coupon really quickly. That's actually how I started with ERIN CONDREN, through somebody's random $10 off link. I don't even remember who it is. Okay, we are going to go into my content planner. This has been my content planner for 2021. And it is going to be my content planner for 2022. I'll pull up my new one in just a second. I love this cover. I love Golden Coil. I do not have a discount code with Golden Coil or an affiliate link. I just absolutely love them. And they have given me these planners to be able to use and share. Now, I do usually get a discount code a year when I make my video for my new planners for the next year. So like in the fall, they'll usually give me a 10% off code when I do that video for a limited run. So you can keep an eye out in the fall for that if you're watching near the fall. They only run 2 sales a year, Black Friday and Mother's Day, and those are 15% off. So Golden Coil, you're not going to find all those other random sales happening throughout the year like with other companies. So just know that. They have 80-pound Mohawk paper, just like ERIN CONDREN. I'm not showing you a lot of this because it is like things that I can't show you. Okay, I think I can show you this week. I cannot flip all the way through here, you guys, because I just don't know where things are written that I shouldn't be showing. This is my content planner. I have a full flip of it blank when I first got it up here, and I will link that video down in the description. But I also have a full flip of my new content planner, and I put the same pages in it. So I'll link this newer one. I picked the same pages because they worked so well for me. I use Passion Planner tabs. Golden Coil does not come with tabs because of their custom printing process. You can choose every single page of your planner, every layout. You can put in extra pages. You can choose where to put them. I have a whole Golden Coil playlist with all that information on how to build a planner and order it, and all the different layouts that I've been able to try and use. Those are all under my Golden Coil playlist. I've used all different covers too. These are the artist covers, and I absolutely love them. So this has worked so well for my content planning. I've already started writing in things in here in the front. So you will have to go watch that video if you want to see what extra pages I added to the front to help me with my content planning, because I put some up there. I can show you the layout here on the blank page, but I do have a full walkthrough of this and I will link that. I just love that it's Monday through Friday here with big spaces, because I typically only plan content Monday through Friday. If I post anything on the weekends, it's generally not planned and it's never like anything with a company specific, because I like to work Monday through Friday. I use this sometimes and I don't use this sometimes. So sometimes this is what I need to film or take pictures of, or just notes I need to remember, sales going on. So I use that for whatever I need for the week. Some weeks it's very used up and some weeks it is not. But I put down all my Instagram plans for the week here. I also list my YouTube videos in red or IGTVs here, so I can just see everything going on. It stays folded over on an ERIN CONDREN planner stand, which they are all out of their acrylic planner stands right now on their website. I'm sure they will get them back in. But I have this on the planner stand up on my desk so I can just see the whole week mapped out at once and easily grab it and write in it if I need to. So this is my content planner. I'm just so glad, when you find something that just works seamlessly for you. And so it was so easy to rebuild this one because I knew what worked in here, and mainly everything worked in here. I just kind of did a different number of the pages up front that I put up front. You can see all those in the video. I'm sorry I can't show you those because I've already written in them. But I absolutely love my golden coil. I used rose gold tabs on both of these because I just thought they matched these two covers. Okay, I said we were going over the Ashley Shelly earlier, and then now I'm not going over the Ashley Shelly until now. But here it is. I have used for 3 years now, this will be my 4th year, I believe, the Ashley Shelly monthly notebook planner. She sells them in 2 different sizes. This is the smaller size. Oh, is this 5x7 or 5x8? You guys, I can't remember. It's 5x8. Yeah. Yep. Just about. So this is a 5x8. Her bigger size is 6x9, I believe, but I think she is just about sold out of both sizes of these. I think it is one of her best selling products because it's amazing. It's something that's a little bit unique because it has 80-pound paper. Your monthlies are lined. So let me show you a blank one in here. This is my collab planner with her. It is all sold out. So I got to go through and choose all the monthly colors here. That's what I got to do and choose the cover. So I kind of told her what I wanted on the cover. She designed it for me, a couple different options, and then she let me choose. She is amazing to work with. She's a fun follow on Instagram. I absolutely love Ashley Shelly and love supporting her. And I am just so grateful that she was willing to do this collab planner with me because I had so much fun doing it and I'm going to have even more fun using it. So in her planners though, even though you can't get this collab one because I picked a different color for every single month of the year, and hers rotate through 4 different colors, I believe I will show you for the year of a color scheme. And I have a full Ashley Shelly review video with her daily planner, weekly planner, these notebook planners, and a couple of her other products all up on YouTube. I will link that down here in the description. I don't think I have any Ashley Shelly code running that will be running when this video comes out. If I do, I will put it down in the description, but I do have an affiliate link for her. So her pages are 80-pound paper. You get lightly lined days, and you only have 1 page in between each month. Just 1 lined page if you need to take some notes or plan something for that month. And it's her little heart design there. And that's in between every month. And that's all you have. So the reason why I like it's not a bulked up planner. There's only that 1 lined page between every single month. And I like it to be thin like that. It is a stapled notebook planner, but I use the heck out of this every single year. And it has never given me any problems, never fallen apart. I leave it completely open on a little acrylic stand. These are not sold by ERIN CONDREN anymore. They used to be sold by them, but I know you can find these on Amazon, at craft stores, that type of thing. So this just stays on this stand. It's one of the 3 views that I like to see. This basically replaces a wall calendar. When I started using this 3-4 years ago, it replaced my wall calendar, and it's so much easier for me because it is so easy for me to pull it off and on the stand, to flip through every month, to write down. This is like my command center. Every single plan goes in here. If it's a timed thing, if it's an appointment or meeting someone, every single thing goes in here and on my iCal. I would like pick a certain color theme for the month, even though she has her own colors, and I would just do everything in that month. I will flip through this, but if you want a full walkthrough, check out my review video. I used some of the in-between line pages and didn't use them all. I like that they're there and it doesn't bulk up the book. And I also like it because you're not seeing all the markings from your previous month, because I write on these so much that even with 80-pound paper, you know, you would be able to feel indentions and little markings coming through. But I always get a fresh new month because of that one page in between. So her colors rotate between an aqua, like a lilac, a periwinkle, I think she calls it, and a navy blue. Those are her 4 colors that she rotates between. And then see, it just starts over in aqua. In my collab planner, I got to choose a different color for every month. And like I said, those are sold out, so I'm not really going to talk about that. But I think that I'm going to get to do a collab planner for 2023. And I'm so excited that she's open to doing another one with me. And so watch out for that, because mine did sell out really fast this year. But I will be using this up on my acrylic easel this year. And it's even more exciting this year since I got to choose the monthly colors. And yeah, it's my first collaboration ever. So of course I'm super excited about it. Just something that you've constantly used for years. If you get to put your hand in the design of it, I mean, that is exciting. All right, we've been through all my main planners. This is the last planner, and then we will look at journaling. This golden coil was a second golden coil that I built this year. This is a linen cover, so it feels really good, and it just has a little bit of texture to it. I picked this mustard color, and I've already started writing all over it. My word of the year is gratitude for 2022. We'll see why when I get to my journaling, why I decided to pick that word. I never chose a word of the year until I started this channel, honestly. I didn't even know that it was something to do. And so I think until I started with POWERSHEETS and was starting this channel, that is when I started doing the word of the year. But I find it helpful to, I like to have kind of that one theme for the year. Something to just constantly think about and focus on, something that is positive and draws me to try to have a focus for the year. And I've liked it. And I never feel any guilt over it. And so I think it's a good thing. So I wrote just a lot of things down about gratitude from a gratitude journal that I'm doing. I will show you in my journaling. This is my year at a glance I put in here. This full planner has a full walkthrough also in the same video with my golden coil content planner for this year. I put them both in there for a walkthrough. So you can go check out that video. I will link it down below. This was where I was going to be cleaning out different rooms. I did this maybe 3 years ago, I think. I did a full house clean out over a year, and I put like one area or room or closet per month, so it made it so doable. But this year, I actually think we're getting new flooring downstairs and upstairs. And so I did have these divided out throughout the whole year, except I don't do November and December because I kind of want to be done by then with the holidays. But with the flooring, I'm going to have to ramp it all up. So I started moving things around to different places, and places that don't matter with the flooring, I moved back over here. Things that need to be done before the flooring's done here, because I will have to box up every single thing in our home and move it all to the garage in boxes, basically like we're moving, but we're not moving. And it's unfortunate. But if you live in a house we're going to be doing 15 years this next year in June. So by the time we get the flooring, we will have been here just about 15 years. And if you have builder's grade carpet, I mean, you have to do something at the 15-year point. So yeah, I'm not looking forward to that. I'm not even going to lie, but it will ramp up my cleaning out process. That is for sure. This year at a glance, I am not sure I'm going to use. I threw it in here just because I wanted to have it available if I wanted to use it. And yes, you can use it for tracking all kinds of things. But you guys know I use my full yearly trackers printables from Get to Workbook. We will talk about those when we get to journaling. So these are all folded up, and I do them with my morning routine every morning with my scripture study. And so I'm not sure that I'm going to pull this out. I just know myself, and I know I probably won't be marking in here, because although I would like to keep track of maybe reading this year, because I've never kept track of that. And this is to where I could write number of minutes, because there's actually a space, versus this tracker where I can just only color it in. And so I think I might try it out for that. But if I end up not coming to my planner every day to remember to write that down, then I'll abandon it and I won't worry about it. But I think I'm going to try it for reading. Now, this is a tracker I am going to try and use. This is the Golden Coil ruler, by the way. And you pop it in one coil down and it lines up perfectly. If you are picking up a Golden Coil, I highly recommend it. Golden Coil gave me a great idea in one of their stories of how to use this page. So this was originally a mood tracker, which I wouldn't use. I love the idea of it, but I just know I wouldn't do it. I whited out the moods, and every month I'm going to have a different focus that month. So it's kind of like the Commit 30 planner, except you can see your entire year at one time. And it's like, what's one thing that I'm going to focus on that month, one habit to institute, and see how I do? Because I really do think that's a way that we can just focus on something for a month and try to build a new habit and just see how we do. Or even if it's not a new habit. And then over here, you can kind of write how it went that month, whatever you were trying to do. And this is also the full calendar year that Pierce will be gone on his mission. So he left in October of 2021 and he will come home in October of 2023. But 2022 is called their blackout year because they are gone the entire year. So I do think it will be a hard year for me, just knowing that, getting through every month. I think when it turns to 2023 and I know that he'll be coming home in 9 months, 8 months, 7 months, I will be very excited for that year. I thought focusing on something, building something positive every month would be really good for me this year too. I am going to do yoga with ERIN. I've talked about on Instagram. She releases her new 30 days of yoga. It's like a gift to everyone. It's a beautiful gift. She releases a new 30-day program every January. And so you could go back and do each one of hers. I actually got started with yoga with ERIN with her breath 30-day series. So she names it something. 2021's 30-day series was called Breath. And I started that in June and did the 30 days in a row. There is something about committing and doing that 30 days in a row of a series. It was amazing, and it got me into her yoga. I don't do yoga every single day now, but I have learned it enough that I do yoga stretches almost every single day now on my own. So I don't always turn on a video, but now that I've learned enough, I can just pull out my mat after I do a workout or even first thing in the morning, whenever I feel like it, last thing at night, and I can institute the breathing and the stretches, and it has really served me well. And I am so grateful for her and for all the content she puts out there for free on YouTube. She does have a paid series, which I would not mind paying for at all, but I just don't know that I'm going to do it enough because I'm not even consistently turning on a video, maybe 1 to 3 times a week at the very most right now. And she has so much content on YouTube. And I also just love that I can pull up YouTube on my TV. I don't need to stream from my phone or the computer to the TV if I was part of her paid subscription. But someday I might do her paid subscription. I'd love to support her there, but I would like to have time to actually utilize it. And I do know that some of those videos are a little more advanced, and I am very much in my beginner stages of learning still. So I'm going to be doing her 30 days move series, which is going to be brand new starting January 1. So for 30 days, I will do it. Or I will try, but I won't beat myself up if I miss a day and I go into February. But I did say I'm going to post on Instagram for motivation because many of you said you wanted to do that with me also. So I will take a picture every day on the mat, and I will put that up on Instagram to motivate you guys too who are doing it with me. I'm also doing a special Instagram series called a January joy a day. So a joy, something that brings me joy every single day in January, because I know it can be a hard month for people. Instagram is going to be a really fun check-in every day for January. but I have no idea what I'm going to do for February. It might be like reading every day. It might be taking a rest every day. But every month, I'm going to choose something that I think I want to institute or focus on. I mean, it doesn't have to be as hard as doing yoga every day. It might even just be keeping track of brushing my teeth every night. Who knows? Just anything that you want to make sure that you feel like you need to reinstitute or check on. Anyway, I've talked about that long enough, but I thought that was a great idea. They shared that in their stories with how to use this mood tracker page. And I was like, yes, that's what I want to do. I put these project pages in here. I wasn't really sure how I was going to use them, but I did make sure to pick the right number of pages. You can only do a set of 2 of these to cover the months of the year because I thought I was going to use them for something like that. And what I'm going to use them for is these are ERIN CONDREN stickers from her monthly collection sticker book that I've been talking about. This is not her newest edition, you guys. Sorry. This is just the one I had closest to me. She has a newer edition, but there's a page per month and it goes with the ERIN CONDREN colors and it kind of goes with holidays and themes. This is my favorite product, or one of my top 5 favorite products for sure from ERIN CONDREN. The monthly names are a sticker. I just used those in here instead of writing them. And every month I thought, I don't know how this is going to work out. You guys, this planner is a complete test in my system. So we'll just see. But I wrote the big main things that I wanted to try to get done this month here. And then we'll see what happens. And then what I need to move to February, and I can easily see, I'll mark off and easily see what's been done and what I need to move. And then it can maybe make me feel good about how much I got done too. Okay, because who doesn't like to look at a list of that? Reading, I just put in 1 reading page, I believe. Yeah. So I just put in 1 reading page and I'm going to try to keep track of the books I read. And this is just bucket list, but I don't use it like a bucket list. I use it like, what are those good things, kind of bigger things or they can be fun days. They can be like memory days with Liam. I like to write my bucket list after the fact. No pressure. I have no idea what we're going to do this year. I'm just going to write it down as it happens and then be able to look over it and relive it. These are just notes pages. So just for any notes I need, I put in this graph grid. Then I put on my tabs. Once again, if you're putting on tabs, you want to start at the very tip top to be able to fit the Passion Planner tabs every month to be able to see them. The Passion Planner tabs have worked so well for me. They're thin, they all fit here. This is the gold and they stay on well. So I have just been staying with them. They also come with some blank ones so you can tab and mark other pages. I'm not going to really be using the monthly calendar in here because I don't need it, but I did write allergy shot information and some other big stuff in case I'm just have only this planner and I'm not sitting at my desk and I want to flip to it. Here is what a week looks like filled out. This is this week going into this week, the first week. So here's where I've already written a few things for the next week and going into the next week. And so I will show you a blank one now. I picked this layout. It's called their bullet journal layout, I believe, because I really thought it would work well for my weekly list and then just any other notes that I needed. I have been keeping my weekly list all over the place. Sometimes I put it in my daily notebook, but then I rarely flip back to that page to look at it. I'm terrible about flipping around a planner. My 3 views video talks about that. I just like to see my monthly right there, like to see my weekly and like to see my daily page. And I am just not great. If it was all in one book, I would not do well. So I like to see it all in front of me as I'm working. So having this turned to just one side, I will be able to see my whole weekly list kind of divided personal and work, and then put in big events and also just the big things I want to get done on each day and kind of at one glance on one page, see everything I'm doing that week. Now, I do wish they would have made these boxes bigger and they would not have left all that page margin up there unused. I realize some people might like that to write in goals for the week or a quote for the week or a scripture. But I personally would love the boxes to be bigger and bumped up there. That's just a personal preference, but I think I might actually start using the space since it's so big to write in my top 3 for the week. So my top 3 action items. If I don't get to anything else, look at those first and see where they go and put those in. So I think I will. I did not do that this week, but I think I'm going to utilize that space. And then you just have a bullet journal dot grid. But if you want to know all about how to build a golden coil, all the different options, you can add different quotes in. You don't have to. You can upload your iCal events to it, or you don't have to. I've done that in some of my past years. So those are in some of my past golden coil videos. I added some blank pages at the back here. And I started kind of using this for, if you want to call it, my goal planning for 2022. I have used PowerSheets in the past for several years. I used MäksēLife for 6 months so that I could do a PowerSheets MäksēLife comparison video. I will pop that down and below. Even though each system has changed a bit from that year, I still think the big main points that I bring up about the differences in them still ring true. And so I have used those goal setting systems, and I think they are both amazing. It's just not what I feel like using in my life right now. So we'll see. I was very tempted to jump into the PowerSheets with the beautiful green cover and all the beautiful colorful pages. I really do love them, and I might actually utilize the tending list this year in PowerSheets on different months. We will see. But I never want to force anything or make myself feel like just because I have a product, because I've reviewed it, or just because I'm an affiliate for a company, I want to share it and use it, even if I don't feel like it's what I would pick if I wasn't doing this. You know what I mean? So I really try to only use what I truly, honestly feel like using at the time and not feel like bound by anything else. What I honestly feel like using, last year, I used Planner Perfect. I was just writing my goals, and I'll show you when I get to Planner Perfect in a minute. There's 4 goal pages up front in every Planner Perfect monthly plan book. And while I was mainly journaling in those for this year, I was just writing like up front what I wanted to happen, every month. But now I don't think I'm going to be doing that in Planner Perfect anymore. I love the idea of having kind of all my monthly focuses or goals right here. And so this is my plan, at least starting out this year. We will see how it goes. We'll see. So I think all my goal planning and big to-dos are going to be in this weekly list planner. Now, if I thought this could take over my ERIN CONDREN, because I know I'm going to have that question, I would let it. But I really just have to wait and see. I really love the layout of the weekly ERIN CONDREN and the colors and the fonts. And I don't know that I'm going to give that up. And this is kind of a different thing because it houses your big weekly list. But if it starts to get confusing because I'm writing so many of the same things in both or overlapping, I don't know. If I have issues, I might just try using this one. But I really don't see myself leaving the ERIN CONDREN. They kind of serve 2 different purposes. These are just pages I'm going to use throughout the year for this is probably where I'll reassess and map out and make more lists, maybe every quarter, and just think about where I want to go with these items. And most of them, I would say goals are the things that I have for my relationships, my connections, my scripture study, my heart goals. The rest of these things I all see more as to-dos, but people might call all of these things goals. But I just call them more my 2022 list. Like Gretchen Rubin says, 22 for 22. She makes a list every year. And I did that in 2021. And I did pretty good on my list. So here was my 21 for 21 list. And I X'd out all the things that are no longer important that I didn't get done. I don't want to put them on my list this year. It's fine. Sometimes things become null and void. And then I highlighted all the things I got done on my list. And I'm really happy with that. So this was a great guiding list. And I don't think I'm going to do a 22 list because every year I just do whatever serves me the best. And this is what I'm doing for 2022. So it's written in a different way. It's not 22 things, but maybe I will look at it and decide to write out 22 for 22 because it is nice to kind of see just a big focus. She does offer a free printable for that, Gretchen Rubin. And I love the idea of the free printable because you could save it in a notebook every year and kind of see year after year all together. But then you also don't have it in your planner with you. Hey guys, I forgot to share about my Planner Perfect in my lineup on the day that I filmed the video. It came to me right after I finished filming. So I'm hopping in here the next day. So it's going to sound a little different because I just have a lapel mic and the sun's going down. So it's going to look a little bit different than the rest of the video. But I could not leave out my Planner Perfect. I've been using Planner Perfect for about, a year and a half exactly now. A year and a half. I can't believe it. I do have a 20% off Planner Perfect code with the code Amanda20. You can use it on a subscription box or fill your cart up with whatever you want, except it excludes leather and it's just a one-time use. So it doesn't have to be your first time purchasing from them, but it's just a one-time use code. That'll be down in the description too. This is the Planner Perfect January book. I have not decorated mine yet. Now, I usually do a setup video for every month, but I have not decorated my plan book, in which I've been using just for journaling and sometimes writing out prayers, sometimes putting a scripture or a quote in. So it's mainly been for the past several months, just a memory keeper journal for me. And you can see how I've used it in past months in all my setup videos, which are here up on YouTube in my Planner Perfect playlist. I will link that playlist down in the description. That is the journal though, and this is what I would be using, the plan book. I have not decorated yet, but I did put just a little from her washi tape that came, a 2022. And then, like I mentioned, I probably won't be utilizing these goal pages every month anymore for goals in here, since I think I'm gonna be sticking that. I might use it more of kind of like a win list, like what did I get done that month that I was wanting to. So I might use it more for that, since the planning of it looks like I'll be using my golden coil, but it's all kind of a test run, because you guys know in a new system, whenever you're trying anything new, it's kind of like you try it and you figure out what works and you figure out what you don't like. And so I did just put some of the washi down here and on maybe the first page. And then I started thinking about, I don't know what I'm going to use this book for, so maybe I shouldn't decorate the whole thing. But it seems so sad to leave it all blank, so I probably will put some washi in it and some stickers like I usually do. But there will not be a January setup video this month, just because it did not fit in my video lineup, and I'm really trying to stay with my one video a week this year. That is one of my intentions and goals, to keep my priorities in check. This setup video just did not fit, but I will share on Instagram, and then when I do a February setup video, I always share the previous month what I ended up using it for, since sometimes, I share my intention and then I end up using it in a different way. So this is the Planner Perfect subscription box, but you can choose your own journals and planners with all her past art. Her subscription box, you don't get to choose. It's whatever new art she creates for this month. And the journal is New Year, New Me, and a little planner girl. And the sub box comes with washi cards and stickers. Washi tape, tip-in cards and stickers. And I always share the box on Instagram. I have a post about it this month up on Instagram if you want to see what came in the entire box. So, and I put her in my rose gold Francesca for January, just because it looks like sparkly new. So here was my December Planner Perfect book. I was about to put it up in its box, so it was just kind of sitting out, because I've completely filled it up with Christmas memories, a couple prayers, a couple scriptures, and that is my Planner Perfect December book. And so I do have a setup video on this baby. It's probably one of my all-time favorite covers. It might be number one, because I love wreaths so much in this time of year, and I just think, oh, I love the girl, everything. It's fantastic. Right, so that is Planner Perfect, which just fits in my system as really another journal or memory keeper. Okay, guys, I promise we are going to go quickly through these to keep this video under 1 hour. This year, I kept 4 habit trackers. I've talked about how I like to keep a yearly habit tracker. This was my second year, I think, for a yearly habit tracker. These are free printables from ELISEjoy.com. She's the creator of Get to Workbook. If you sign up for the Elise Joy newsletter, I will put the link down in the description, not the Get to Workbook newsletter, the Elise Joy newsletter, then you get this free printable. She sends it out at the end of the year in your newsletter, but if you're a new newsletter subscriber, she will also send it out to you. You can choose a Sunday start or a Monday start. So I do a Monday start, so my week starts right here on a Monday, and Saturday and Sunday are together down here. And that's just the way my mind works for this. On this particular one, for my prayer journal, I did a different color for every single month. And I started it actually in November of 2020. And so I cut that off. She also has a blank one. So I just cut that off of a blank one and I put it on here. So I have done my prayer journal for more than a year now. And this is not going for perfection. I never expect to have every circle colored in on here, but what it does is it just shows me how I'm doing. It's like all the little drops in the bucket, they really do add up to something huge by the end of the year. They really add up. Like, you are different because of that one habit or thing that you've worked on by the end of the year. And that is every little drop in the bucket. And so I love to look and see how I'm doing. It doesn't make me feel bad. Maybe this isn't the right thing for you if it would make you feel bad. But I am going to keep a few of these for 2020. I just keep them folded. And I have all my little map pencils in a little zipper bag from ERIN CONDREN. And so I don't have to go look for anything. These are all with my scripture study in the morning and my map pencil bag. And so I color it in from that day. And then I do the day before on my workout because I haven't worked out yet for that day. Anyway, it works for me and I don't feel any pressure. And it's basically just to monitor myself because I feel like we can't know how we're doing or make any progress or know what we want to work on if we don't monitor ourselves. Like, I would have no idea how I did on this if I didn't have this to look at. And while I think weekly habit trackers are great and monthly habit trackers for many things, for me, if it's like a big habit that I really want to keep up the whole year, then I like to see it in this scope because I don't want to see just how I'm doing for 1 week or 1 month on a big habit like this. I want to see how I'm doing for the whole year because that really tells me more. So this was my prayer journal. I am no longer going to keep track of my prayer journal for this year. I have already printed out my new trackers for this year and even folded them to put with all my stuff, how I always keep them. And I will show you what I'm going to do for this year, but my prayer journal is not in here because I've done it for a whole year. And while my book is not quite filled up, I'm not even sure if I'm going to continue writing my prayers every single day in 2022. Well, we'll just see. I wanted to focus on it for this 1 year, and I'm really glad I did. It's very different to write a prayer than just to pray it out loud. And it really makes you think. So I may finish out that notebook or I may not. We will see, but I'm happy with what I did. Another thing I kept track of was just my scripture reading. So this is it. I just did the same colored thing for every month. Every month I picked a color and I colored in every day that I did my scripture study. It just keeps me accountable. It lets me see how I'm doing. And then this was my Move My Body. I am still going to keep track of scripture study and Move My Body in 2022. And I really liked my color coding for this because it was easy for me to look across a week and see what did I do that week. Anyway, I have a weird convoluted coloring system here, but it totally works in my mind and I know what it means and that's all that matters, right? This one was, I scratched out because originally it was going to be if I did a kind of a devotional scripture time with my boys every day, but I made it easier and just did it if we had prayers together every day. And the ones I'm going to do in 2022 are Move My Body, my scripture study, and then my prayer time with Liam and hopefully reading together every day. So those so far are what I'm going to do. Like I said, I kind of wanted to keep track of my personal reading, but I might do that in the Golden Coil or I might print out another one of these. So thank you, Elise Joy, for making these amazing trackers. They just work with my mind. They are so simple. So that was my Stalogy A5 prayer journal that I've used this year. I started this year in a Stalogy B6 with just journaling, stickers, Mary Englebright pictures. But I stopped about March, April, I did a few, June I came back and I haven't done any more. So I love the B6 Stalogy. It has a bigger grid than the A5 and I love this book, but I don't really have anything I plan on using it for this year. I will definitely save it though. And when I want to pick it back up, it's great for just writing scriptures in. It's great for putting the Mary Englebright Page a Day calendar pictures in. These were some Cocoa Daisy stickers when they sent them to me, and I really loved those. But I don't have any plans to use that this year. I will be continuing my 5-year journals. It will be my last year in my Some Lines a Day. I fill this out every night. And if you've been around, you've heard me talk about this every single year. I rotate blue, black ink. I write the high and low temperature in here every day. In the back, I put stamps, that I've liked throughout the years, and I put my word of the year back here. So I will have to write my 2022 word. I've had savor, love, listen, and now I'm going to have gratitude. So it's a nice way to keep track of it. I have loved this 5-year journal, and I highly recommend it. I have a comparison video up on my channel. I will link down below between the Leuchtturm 5-year journal and the Unbound 5-year journal. They're very different, but I like them both for different reasons. They are different price points. The Unbound 5-year journal, I'm only going to be on my 3rd year in it. This one takes less time to write. So this one is more just like something that happened that day. So it's just family stuff, like what happened that day? What did we do? This one is like how I saw the Lord's hand in my life that day, just like a little blessing from the day. And so it's usually just one thing, but some days I really want to write more than that, but there's only a little bit of room. I love looking back and reading the previous years when I'm writing this year's journal entry, especially since it was a time in my life when it was like Pierce's last years at home. And then he left this year and my 4th year in it. And our lives have changed so much. There's so many things you don't remember. And even I can look back and see like specific prayers answered when I was reading on one day. And then like 2 years later, I'm like, that came to fruition. That happened. It's a really cool way to keep track of things like that. So if you've ever wanted to start a 5-year journal, I highly recommend it. This year, I started this daily thanks. It's a year-round gratitude journal. It starts in November though, but it is undated. So you could start it at any time of year and just loop back to November. I would not let that stop you. You know, since it's undated, it is on Amazon. I have it linked to my Amazon store, but I will also put a direct link up in the description. It does have a Christian theme to it. So if you are not Christian, you probably don't want it because before every single month, it's written by Richard and Linda Eyre, but before every single month, there's a different theme and they kind of talk you through the theme and about how it relates to gratitude. And then you get a challenge for every single month. So it's a different gratitude challenge. So you are not just writing a gratitude a day or 3 gratitudes a day. So it's really challenging you and changing it up. And since this is my year of gratitude, I thought there was no better year to focus on gratitude than a year that might be really hard for me with Pierce on his mission all year. So every month is a challenge to go along with that month's theme. So I've only done November and December. This is not going to be easy for me. This is actually hard, but sometimes it's good to give ourselves a hard challenge that we know will be really good for us. So I do this at the end of the night with my 5-year journals too. The one thing I would say is I do not like how thick the book is. And so it's hard to write in when you're at the beginning or the end. You're so far off from the table. You know what I mean? So a lot of times I will stick like another book under my hand here to make it easier to write. So I can't write my neatest because of how thick it is and just being off the table. Mine was only $8 though. And so I think what I paid for it is amazing. And it just has great challenges in it. So that's what I started in November. And I'm going to be continuing for this whole year. And then this is something I do every single year. I just thought I'd mention it. I'm not sharing mine that is filled out. This is a blank one. I use an ERIN CONDREN Perpetual Calendar every year for charting like our sicknesses or chronic pains. And it is so helpful, you guys, if you have a chronic illness or chronic pains, or just if you want to keep track of your kid's sickness or what medication they're on. I would suggest a different one for each member because if you mix it all up, you might want to use different colors because when you have a different one of these books for every person, like I have my own, and if I want to keep track of something for Liam, I have his own, you can just look down the whole month and you can see when you had that pain, and I'll usually write like it's on a scale of 1 to 10, or when you had this, or when you had that, or if you took medication. I start a new one every single year and it's so helpful. So I know these can be used for so many different things. I've used them for a gratitude a day. I've used them for a line a day. I've done that for years before. And there's just lots of things you can use it for, but this is one of the most helpful. You can also use it for tracking things, which I've used before. You can draw lines down here and write like what you're tracking each day and check it off, or write how many minutes you're reading. And so you can see each month. And also it's in a whole book, so you can flip and see how you did in each thing each month. So I just love this product from ERIN CONDREN. I'm going to mention the Katie Daisy Beautiful Planner. I have a full flip through on my channel because I have used this for gratitude for the past several years. And I used it off and on this year. It starts in August. It's a 17-month planner and it goes through the end of 2022. I used it to write scriptures in, and then I went back to using it for gratitudes. And then I got the gratitude journal. And so I wasn't going to write gratitudes in here anymore, but oh, I love November in here. It's my favorite month. I'm not sure. So I've used it for scriptures and gratitudes. And then I just started using it for wins. So just at the end of the night with my journaling to write a win in there from the day. So right now, I think that's how I might use it, just because I have it and it is so beautiful. And it's simple to write one thing every day. This makes a perfect gratitude journal. If you don't want to do anything as intensive as like this daily thanks, gratitude challenge, because some of these things in here are hard. For the past several years, I've just been keeping like a gratitude a day in this Katie Daisy. It's off Amazon. It's in my Amazon store. I will link it in the description. It's just beautiful. And it's so cheap. It's like $13 or something for 17 months of her beautiful artwork. I would love to hear all your thoughts down below. I'd love to know what your 2022 stack is going to be. Let me know what planners and journals you're using. I would really love to read through that. Let me know what you want to hear in my Q1 quarterly planning update, because that will be the next update that goes on this playlist. So at the end of quarter one, I will come back and I will tell you, what am I using the Katie Daisy for? It won't be as long as this video. Not at all, I promise. It will just be a quick run through, not how I use anything or whatever, because that's all in this video. Am I still in my ERIN CONDREN? Am I still using it the same way? Yes. Am I still in my golden coil? How am I using it? Q1 update will be fun, and that will be the next time that I give this personal planning video here. If you want to hear more in between, then definitely join me on Instagram. All right, guys, happy planning. Take care of yourselves. Take care of others. Happy New Year. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.